Congratulations on the show, guys.
Thank you.
I've only watched the first 3, so I'm anticipating the rest of them. There's a real kind of vibrancy and energy to this show. Did that come across to you both when you read the script, that this was going to be something very different, but also had that really cool energy for like a modern take?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was unlike anything we both had read when we first
100%.
got the scripts from Elena Smith, and thought it was so unique that we're sort of getting a new interpretation, a modern slant onto Emily Dickinson's life, with such a modern music score and an element of fantasy, where then sort of we have the realm and the plethora of poems that Emily left behind to dive off from for hopefully many, many more episodes to come.
Yeah, and obviously you're executive producer as well, so you've got a much more invested thing in this. What was it about this project and this person that kind of spoke to you?
Well, I mean, producing has always been something I've wanted to do, and of course wanted whatever the first project I produced to be something I felt this way about, and that is so connected on just a different level. I mean, I did feel like this was, I keep saying this word, but different and just special in its own way. And I was so intrigued as to how they were going to pull it off. And so to be a part of, I guess overseeing that, it coming together, and, being a part of these sort of decision-making processes that I've never been concerned by as just an actor in the past, has been a wonderful experience and a huge learning curve. And, I care deeply about this project, and I'm very proud of what we've created.
It's a great home as well, Apple TV, in the sense that so many creative people and so many actresses and actors such as yourself have been drawn to this, because you can kind of do what you want to do, whereas if you were to make a film version of this, you'd probably have to go through certain changes and everything else. So have they allowed you the freedom to do it the way you want to do it? Because it has that, a freshness, but also it has an audience that will kind of lap this up in many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Apple TV's plus whole philosophy was to be able to support the artists and the creators of their shows. And Elena Smith, I mean, I'm sure Apple TV Plus thought, wait, a show about Emily Dickinson is going to be one of our first shows coming out?
Yeah.
Like, wait, what? But then when you read it and know Elena's interpretation and see what is the final product, it actually seems to me a really perfect choice for Apple TV Plus, with the synergy between the music and the modern and everything that goes along with it. But when you say it's a half-hour comedy about Emily Dickinson, you're sort of like, wait, what? You kind of needle scratch. You got to go back and watch it, and then you'll understand.
And it's strange when I was watching it, because no way connected, but we've just seen the Joker movie, and it resonated to me in the sense that we seem to be in a place now where audiences like their characters old but made fresh, and this is kind of a really good synergy. Was that something that you thought when you were in the process of just, this is a character that's been told many times, but if we can give her a different slant and kind of present it in a 21st century way, that people would embrace it?
For
Yeah,
sure.
100%. I also think, Elena, who was the writer and creator, definitely had that in mind. I mean, this is in no way a straightforward biopic. This is, her and our interpretation of this character, and of course, based on her poetry mainly, and the facts that we do know about her life, but taking that and sort of letting us creative people be inspired by her work, and bringing to the project what we sort of interpret, what that crazy mind of hers might have looked like.
And there's a real great energy between the cast, between you and Ella Hunt, who I loved in Anna and the Apocalypse a couple of years ago. That must be great as well, that there's a real kind of family unit, you guys as an actual family, but also these young actors really bring in so much energy and such a kind of new faces to it. It just creates such a great atmosphere, I can imagine.
A wonderful atmosphere. I mean, I kind of think, and maybe Jane, you could speak to this, this being my first, TV experience. I've only ever really known, walking into something, you do it, you walk away, and you're kind of like, yeah, I'll see you when we travel the world for 2 weeks, and then after that, I might not ever see you again.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
And there's something about this that feels so much more, I don't know, maybe it's the idea of this reoccurring, you come back every week and you've got a whole new hill to climb, and if you're not in it together, then, you most definitely couldn't do it on your own.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's just a different feel to it, and it definitely, we play a family but feel like one, for sure.
I think also because the filming is quite long. We do 12 to 13-hour days,
Right.
and it's 5 days a week for a longer concentrated period of time than, say, a movie would take to film.
Right.
And so, yes, I think you get super close with each other because you see each other in your vulnerabilities and when you're tired, when everything's thriving and is good. I also think there's a chemistry thing that happens that you can't pre-guess that's going to happen. And that's, I think, what makes a hit show and not a hit show, if that sort of chemistry takes off. And I think this show, and maybe because we started filming all the full family scenes around like a dining room table first for like at least the first week or so, that we really did get to bond and find everyone's singular voice, because everyone's very different in their personality, but I think we all somehow have a chemistry that all works together, and that's just the good fortune and luck that you get, so you can have a show that can last for a while.
Yeah, well, I wish you both the best with it. Pleasure
Thank
talking
you
to you
so
both.
much.
Thank you so
You
much.
as well.
Lovely
Nice
to
to
meet
meet
you.
you.
You as well.
Nice to meet
Thank
you.
you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey, you